Tomar Sanjom the Sim Jine, Sember Show.
So please take a moment to generate a mind of bodhicitta as you listen to the teachings.
That Jugu Yonde Marke Yonde, Ndo Dubane, Sombana Yinka, Ne Yeganalo Nikigo Yosaris.
So as he explains goes through, according to the structure of the sadhana, as it says in the Prajna Paramita Samkhaya Gata, there are mainly 4 causes that are contained within the practice.
Tenitela Tambo, do you sargent Bala, Tani Mukba Corsoms in the Jingo, Senumba Corsom. Tani Nibata de Hicks in Lab Ranglan Junzik and Hunroka Chu. Somebody Tani Hirab Dang, Yingjik, Topji, Tongber Neba Tawa Dang, Senjin Yonso, Madon Wumi Lanji Yindon Sepak, Muyin Yamli. Yabala Tani Sanjiga Kadang Mangarwatani, Tamja Kadang, Tamja and Mangarwata, Sanju Simba, Sutam Senatat, Tende Hikanalo and Dogo Saris.
That's all. And so these 4 are also what consists or comprise the actual practice. So the first is through uniting with or abiding within the recognition of the natural state or emptiness. There are the 3 cycles of visualization for overwhelming with splendor and becoming immovable by the 4 maras. And then second, there are the preliminary practices for receiving the blessings or uniting with the blessings of the Sugatas, having the blessings of the Sugatas enter into you. Third is the main practice of gifting the body with the view of emptiness and compassion, thereby accomplishing the welfare of others, and also, in particular, those non-material gods and demons with the commitment to never forsake a single sentient being. And then the fourth is the engaging in the disciplined conduct or the ethical conduct of never transgressing the teachings of the Buddha and upholding the bodhisattva commitments.
Tambo Dugi Sergit Numba Tela, Tani Muba Corsom Dang, Corsom Tela, Tani Tambo Lobjong Dang, Senu Nisin, number Niu Benaloni, Tomar Lobjong La, Tani, that Tanjurjum Lurumpochi, Top Jervatemba Tang Jar, Gawishin Jesus Zone, Tani Chui Sayag, Tani Rawang Yu by Tuso that they hack over Tony, Tamjurla. Nimbo Lin Shibate, Getchimbori Sondo.
Gongda. There's a Kalesung. So, Mikbor Kort Dampo, then that the Neji la Lojo?
Oh, ne Yela Lo Jongwasi, Tomer Ne Dambo de la Ne Dambo de la Mubak Senung, do Sergit Nubak, Mubak Corsom Tela Yang Nindos. Niganalo ne Dambo de la Tene Lo Janya. Ranga Lo Janya and the Rindos.
Denenipa?
Tene Lo Janya Tela, Tene. O lo janya tang niba tele senung mba korsom ngurin dos.
That's all. Dini de lojong nangla?
Lojong nanglo la tani ta tamjor je mali rumboche top jerba temba tang jar gewe ki ni jisu zong.
Gao sakale sung gawe temba ja.
Jerba temba tang jar. Tani gewe ki ni ka jisu zong. Chu sena seya ga gokab yo teba. Tani setab hiba ka tusu tande chegla. Tani tamjor ka nyimbo lemba de kechimbo reis. Tande kasi mazeba yena. Tani senda tani mataba ka wangdan roga reis.
So in this first category of overwhelming with splendor and the 3 cycles of visualization, Then there are the two categories. First is the mind training, and then second is the actual visualizations for overwhelming with splendor. So first, with the mind training, we train the mind by reflecting on the difficulty of achieving a precious human birth with leisures, all the leisures and endowments. So really feeling a sense of gratitude with regard to our extraordinary opportunity of having a precious human rebirth. And furthermore, not only do we have a precious human rebirth, but we have met with the teachings of the Buddha. We've met with the Dharma, and kind spiritual teachers have taken us under their care. And we have the opportunity to actually listen to hear and receive the Dharma. And we have the time, conditions, and circumstances for actually putting those instructions into practice. And so, with a sense of awe at our extraordinary good fortune and a sense of gratitude, then one thinks that it really is necessary to make this human life with leisures and endowments truly meaningful. If we don't use it for what is truly meaningful, then it will just sort of be frittered away, and before we know it, it will be lost to impermanence.
Chenrezig Lodo number yek ngon goya, tela nendin si goya de ketchmore. Kazi tende mazeba yena, tene ngaranzo chu mambuchi drop de vocabso, Drumje Yungumanoa. Drumje to Kare Yungumar, Karechini Yungumar se Shuba yena, tene ngaranzo ga, tene lo ten Korvani, lo Madoba yendu, tene lega Kare drop, chu kandeji drum na yang, send that and rendawachi, Yimba yendu, tene Drumje Tonya Kale Kapo Yimba race. The independence hazogu chu kandeji shuba yena ya lodo nama yedela samlo tonko ya kechimo yesareis.
So really, whatever Dharma practice it is that we engage in, it's so important that that practice is united with a contemplation on the four thoughts that turn the mind. If that is not a central aspect of our practice, then even if we engage in a lot of different Dharma practices or make a great deal of effort in Dharma practices, they won't really end up accomplishing the ultimate meaning. They won't be of, they won't help us to achieve the ultimate fruition because we still have not turned our minds away from samsaric concerns. We're still preoccupied with the limited phenomena of this life. And so then whatever Dharma that we engage in that case, it doesn't serve to achieve the fruition. It won't really bear fruit. And so for this reason, it will just become another way of engaging in the eight worldly concerns. And for this reason, it's so important to deeply contemplate always the four thoughts that turn the mind.
Jigten Sumgon
So just like Lord Jigten Sumgon says, the preliminaries are even more profound than the main practice.
Tenzola samba tang ninji chimbu ger semjin tamche tene gusa nazi lande tena tamche ta phamare se tende inu ta tandi tenzo go kudrin sabya ga chido tene ngarang sabya ga chido ngarang ga julinda ya dena yang nam he meba chanru go res tende inu talinda kogab ye deba yu deba tende ji ga kamne tene te tumo lanji ne tene njedon tamche ga loha chulu jor tene jengi lamdo cher insa to chudo tene dancing landi insa to chudo rechudo dancing landi ka rocher damin chujinsi
So jopo. So droa rikru sama sentient tamche pama yemba shine tene ningje che go atene slade yang the pama yemba tene dine kale test kale simrona
ro semjin tamche 닝지 쳔부케 teni jer semjin tamche dang teni Chidang Simjin Tamji Pama Yimbadang, Labordo, Nazi Lanjik, Nenam Tamji, Pama Yimba is Sama Pama Yimbari. Then Pama Yimba Indu, Pama Chain Chimborova, Darling doing the Kuzin Sabiaga Chido. Then Naranga Lund Jumak Lund Kahi, Kasi the Yagabayana, Namik Madaba Drogoris, Talin Lund Jimbatangayens, Dumolan Jine, then Lanje Tamjik. Redung tamjik loha chuluso. Teni jingamba lamde chir. Teni nyesa tuchu de ngarang suga danzing ke lanje. Danzing ter kajo ten nyesa tuchu lo pa chir. Dami jin chujin si ne. Teni o dami jin chujin si. Teni nyesu meba kin chubas tende ji si ne. Te tamjik redung tuini kuma ji si go nyamba nyingi Sambachi bingo gris.
So, as thinking then that all classes, all sentient beings of the 6 classes have been our own mothers and fathers, and giving rise to a deep sense of compassion towards them, and especially even those beings whom we are focusing on in the practice of Chöd, those spirits and entities, karmic creditors, the beings, the immaterial beings who have also been our own kind mothers and fathers. And so having a sense of real deep affection and appreciation for the kindness that they have shown us. And then thinking that, we have this body now that is really insubstantial. It's an illusory body that is subject to the truth of impermanence, so it won't stay around for very long. And so the best way to make use of this body is by giving it away in the practice of generosity, by offering it to sentient beings, to spirits and demons, and through helping them by teaching them the Dharma, by bringing adverse conditions onto the path, by casting off the mind of self-grasping, and by practicing severance in such a way that it brings one to the full culmination of realization of the non-dual truth of reality. So with that kind of determination to engage in the practice with the subjective, then we do so also cultivating a mind of loving compassion.
Then Chula Mexeka Simji Sesala Jesоndo Magic. O Tenje Nutatela Tomar, Benaju Kanji Song Yawayana, Dala Downward Siberdas in a song. Tenje Nutat Tambotela, then it Dala Downward Sibag Drasin. Then a Naransurchi Panuva Mazebina, Sonuva Pisine, Dogyasi, Didong, Tokyo Mambo sitting the Jig Market Jata. Then it never Sibag Gates in it, then it Zumi Lusim Latin in Nedung Dungar Seversipak, Tenesipak, Greata, Ye. Then it Tarbadan Tamchin Chimbala, Pardon Juversibana, then it says so Kaji Wandang Nanda. Druba Nyamli, some jur Nimba, Druba Nyamli down, then it's some jur Nimba, Saint Jolo the Dunking Jin, Senate number some day, that's Segi Jin, which is a reason.
Chigichin. Dampo magic garesu?
Magic Simji Sesale Yen Jendo J. Dala Downs with Da never sepe gag. Part Jumbe Jin. Tani Chibdag Nedon Ludon Ledon Tani take out the Jin Pamas, but I take Lagumando.
Okay.
Oh, Tende
So as Magic Levran says that there are the 8 recipients of the practice of Chöd through recipients of our love and compassion, we begin to connect with those recipients with the recitation of, the 4 immeasurables, beginning with all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me. So especially those enemies who hate me being kind of the first class of beings, this is referring to those actual human enemies or people who have wronged us or harmed us, even if we have not harmed them in some way, but there's some harm that has come to us physically, harming, hurting, beating, abuse of, to mind and body. And then, so especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me. So obstructors who harm me, referring to those harmful influences that cause, illness, those obstructing forces that make our mind and body unwell, and all sorts of sort of unfavorable conditions that bring us misfortune. And then those who obstruct my path to liberation and awakening is referring to all of those obstacles that might arise, be it with regard to sustenance or the necessary conditions for practice, or negative conditions that cause us to stray from the path or to lose our way in our Dharma practice, whatever it is that might arise, whatever unfavorable conditions that may arise as an obstacle to our Dharma practice. That's all.
Tene linji marikba nyinzi ka doi la soba ka doi hietang. Tene cheson choba kan chimda ka doi. Tene tarba top da matarba ka tene ledong sin jengdo dedang yerindo. Tene ledong sin
lincha
lejil dongrindo. Lejil dong.
Tene marikba ki do.
O tes tambus ongena.
Okay. So likewise, there are the maras. Likewise, the demon or mara of karma that ripens as and causes some form of obstruction. The karma and karmic creditors. The mara of ignorance. The mara of the Lord of Death. The Mara that manifests and creates an obstruction on one's path to liberation, to attaining liberation.
Tene ludung sayade arang sola long doro ke tene ta tsokwa lund choba ne zonde tene tuksom tang rangche suyu de ba ke tene yang yosare o tene ke luj dong dang. Tene ngaranzo tanda ka saja kawayo na tena ne desa ne dong sina ne chi dong dedang dong dang tro. Tene dedang nyamdo tan taleng ke jewa jibar seba ke pama ni zabo pama ni ke zor seba ke sina ta zo yongsa ti jerindo.
That's all. So actually, I haven't been enumerating here, but he's been going through each of these 8 classes of sentient beings who are like our objects of compassion or recipients. And so then there's also the spirits or kind of harmful influences of the Lu Sena Naga Drawo Sunkyobe or Lu Rangi Lupo. Lu Drupa Luda.
Lu Rang le Lu Drupa Nyam su yodepa Nyam do yodepa.
So the physical entities or spirits that are together with the body, and then there's also the spirits or entities of the land, like land spirits and local spirits. So those 2 make 6, and then the recipients of one's mother and father in this life, principle among all sentient beings. And so those are the 8 main recipients.
Oh, that data with ang isong som dang korwa dongan tadale. Tene dewa dang dina chimarong nyamba. Oh, that ti jega zor seba tene ma semjin tamche ngaisong som dang korwa dongan chen tadale jorne tene tende sanje dewa dang dina chimarong nyamba ke samba dang. Tene tsen de ye o saya yolang tamche tani gandar temba meba pena jigde labdo nge nam yuse na tunga ge drama de lamsang meba de chen ro ba de da bo o da den de wo chik cha do ris de da bo donga tamche tani donga da da le chandu ge ningje dang tani de damji sanjo ji salang go bar sawo nya ba den de ge tani sanjo ji sim ji go ris.
So, thinking of these 8 different types of beings together with all sentient beings in the 3 realms of existence, especially those beings who are suffering in the 3 lower realms, thinking, may all sentient beings without exception, as vast as space, may they all have happiness, may they all be separated from happiness, and really feeling this from the depth of one's heart. And thinking of the different ways in which these beings are constantly in a state of insecurity because of the instability of their circumstances, the inevitability of change, such as honeybees who lose their wings when the autumn comes. And no longer have, like a stable place to reside. So thinking with compassion for all of these different types of beings and the insecurity and suffering that they live with, and wishing for them to be free from that suffering, and having the aspiration, may I place them all in the state of completely perfected Buddhahood. In this way, we really take the time to generate a genuine mind of bodhicitta.
O da te chi do yomche mo ga gongbang to ba da kone ko ba jig sa go nya ba ga samba thoni tani lu choza gen chuji namjur ta jur sa ja chim bo nyamli la tani be ga yen samba te tani ga sanjo ga semte tani thom ta koin do tani zisin ba se go reis.
And so then we think that for this reason, it's with this objective in mind that we are engaging in these practices, that we wish to engage in the practice of offering our body as a mandala through the essence of the wisdom, realizing the essence of the wisdom of the Great Mother, Prajnaparamita. It's in this way that we wish to practice the Mahamudra Chöd to achieve the benefit of all sentient beings.
Oh, that 이밤 senung mba korsom la thoman ningje chembe wangda du hyang hirap chembe sarje no bala tani gongga tanji semji te ke zedang majar wanga ne tani nanzai lanje tamji wangdon do ke chido thoman ngarang yomche mola gomne tani ju chama la tani jungbo tamji tani maja tani hyo sena ju done jing beido ya yo oda tani se ko re so.
So then we begin generating this profound mind of compassion for sentient beings. And we begin by visualizing the Great Mother, Prajnaparamita, and summoning all of the beings, all sentient beings, and together with her principal among them, the demons and spirits, the elementals of the land, and we say, please come here, don't be afraid, please come.
Tene hirap chimbo ke da ne lande som serji no bala tene rani chuma namo la chi ne o tende siung ru tene o da tela tene yomchimo mare tandan de chuma de chi yung du tene checheongdang de ta mambo songdo gang da rani yomchimo la jiyongdu yomchimo mari o chuma la jiyongru de da serji no mari no da tamar pa ma yin pa la la jiyongru da serji no mari dos
Da silgi numba.
da serji no ba
Da sena dagzindo.
Ngarang serji no ba.
Okay. So then, so the peaceful, overwhelming with splendor is done in this way of visualizing ourselves as the Great Mother, Prajnaparamita, and then as representing the aspect, and this is primarily employing the aspect of compassion, and then employing the aspect of wisdom, then we arise in the form of Tromanagmo. And Tromanagmo in a very immense, huge emanation or visualization that pervades the three realms of existence. We arise in the form of Tromanagmo as the means to overwhelm with splendor the self.
Teni ranyin chuma la ji yongwa ga tuga ne teni guo song toge teni chuma mambo chuyongdu chuma bad me ban chuy ne teni ne yor tega lanje tamji tsama chol go ne rawang me ba go ne teni rawa kan kolo ko ban yin sen go ne teni doin dong ko umba tela teni lanje serji no ba segendos.
And then we visualize that from the heart center of Tromanagmo emanate countless emanations of her form, the body emanations, speech emanations, mind emanations, limitless, together with limitless light rays, emanate out to the 10 directions and gather all of the beings, the especially sort of obstinate or difficult to tame spirits and entities who are drawn, helplessly into our presence through the power of Tromanagmo.
Tani ranyin chuma ke tani hong pege jatang tani lo garan traba la so pa ta tani se yongdu tani toni nyingji ke ngone konde yangsu ta ba tani ji ke serji nongru tani sacha sane de ne de serji nongru yo saris.
And so then Tromanagmo through the sounds or through chanting or resounding with the syllables hung and pe, and through her different positions, moving in the gestures of dance, then with the light or brilliance of emptiness and great compassion, then all of samsara and nirvana is brought under her power.
Tani tar da dang lanje ne gangdo yang mama yang rikdong tani saja chimbo am yom chimo ka ngangla tani yoya te tani rikdong te ka ngangne tani karbo gewala ne be chu tamji jinga me be yang su sarji number jiwo nabo dwala ne be chu tamji tseki yori dandre ji ka seyoru ta dandre ji ka dong mo kapso tani 사자 침복 암이 되는 염침은 오늘 교야때 오늘 그때니 수능 때린도스
몽타데 송송 카보 당나보 데 야보 코마송
텔지당 그주 고란 나로라 단단히 수능 그 좋다나 카보 개발은 네베 추탐지 진강 메 양수 서지 넘버지고 나보 드발은 네베 추탐지 진강 메 양수 서지 넘버지고 동삼 주 동진보라는 이 진부 잡을 줄sin 오리 다 강들 개와에 난다 득바에 난다 참았더니 강들 동이 건강수 쭉 고야지 가사래.
And so finally, so all the different spirits, elementals, demons, and all beings, karmic creditors, and so forth, they are all brought under her power, or they are overwhelmed with splendor from within the state of intrinsic awareness of emptiness, the realization of Mahamudra, or the realization of the transcendent perfection of wisdom. And so one says, all dharmas of abiding in right virtue, I liberate into the expanse beyond birth and cessation. All dharmas of abiding in wrong non-virtue, I liberate into the expanse beyond birth and cessation. And so here one is establishing the view of emptiness, the view of the Great Mother, Mahamudra, and the view of Mahamudra.
Niba dewari hipa sinla rangna yubar sipa ka ngunju chula tani tambo jamdro tsosa pa jamdro dan simji nyamdri jams sing tani tsosa tani chuba dan doba tani digdrap jungwa tani sinlap ka nembeba dan jeden nama nga yoris.
So then we have the second section, which is the preliminary practice of receiving the blessings of the Sugatas. So within this, we have the taking of refuge, generating bodhicitta, accumulating merit by making offerings and giving praise, purifying obscurations, and then fifth, bringing down the descent of the blessings. So there are these 5 categories.
All that Tomar Jamro dela, tani Dunja Namkala tani Zawo Lama tang, Yermeba, Yomchimuk number, tani tela Zaju Lama tang, tani Kunjo Rinpoche number som Yedang, that dela Subatam.
Okay, so Lama, the magic labran or Yumchimo?
Yomchimo. Dunja Namkala, Zawo Lama, Isomeba, Yumchi magic number. Yomchimo Zenandra magic number la. Magic. Tal tela teni lama tang kunjo rumbuchi nama som. Teni yedam tela soba tamchi ting tabatar yo ne ti chong teni dag tanji ko ne le dong se na dawar zibe dra nebar zibe ge se ne tanti je song song tanti simji se sa ge je te dang zor se pa gan kharchap simji tamchi teni kongun de no thomso ko ba tin khu ne teni sanju mathup je pardo teni chi hi nima teren zon de lo chil ko yin samba toni jamro go gondos.
And so here what we're visualizing, we visualize in the space before us, we clearly visualize the field of refuge, visualizing our root guru in the form of Prajna Paramita, but who is the Lama's essence being Prajna Paramita, who appears in the form of, or the aspect of Machik Labdran, surrounded by all of the root and lineage gurus, all of the different objects of the 3 jewels, the objects of refuge, together with all of the Yidam deities, so surrounding like many amassing clouds. And one thinks that together with all sentient beings, and primarily those 8 classes of recipients that were mentioned, those enemies who hate us and obstructors who harm us, then we think that we're all together taking refuge, surrendering ourselves into the care of the 3 jewels, thinking, we completely surrender ourselves to you. Please look after us. Please take us under your care. You know best. And so with that, we have this commitment or this mind of taking refuge until we attain complete Buddhahood, ourselves together with all sentient beings.
Tenen domba karatemba yena yang jamru semji ni de charsumren donggo yore. Te charsumren donggo ya de gechimbo yimba jumsinge charsumren donggo yore. Tenre indu ta ye chihi ki jangwani tene jamru si yumo kapsu tene jabyor te tamje ke yang tene jabar yarji yene tene koran zo ju ko song togle ozar kar man deng som chune tene da dang semji tamje la tamne tene lui nga ye somje jaba ta ne lui hegong yin do 다송 삼바 건강에 되니 동이 증강수 요야 인사레스.
And so then we, visualizing this, the field of refuge and the space before us, then we recite the words of refuge, we recite the refuge prayer 3 times. We recite the prayer of generating the mind of bodhicitta 3 times. And then we think that from the forehead, throat, and heart center, or the representing the body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas, from the objects of refuge in the space in front, light rays stream out, and they strike the body, speech, and mind, or the 3 places of all sentient beings, the forehead, throat, and heart center. And through this, all of their obscurations are cleared away, and their negativities are purified.
Tene san sarwatan juba dewa hiba la soba ke yanla dumba go ne tsosa go knows.
And so then we also need to engage in the process of gathering the accumulations through the recitation of the 7 branches, through prostrating, making offerings, confessing negativities, and so forth.
Tejinis simji go gondo jeder dusum gombo na yanda sanju ngeze ba sanju sen la na tamba da gi jeder ngongji jerwa tamje tok kanji jeba yena ya nga ge tina yin ji ge yin sen yang tamja si go gondo tamja sen na simji go gondo.
And so here we also have to generate again the mind of bodhicitta. And so we do so thinking just in the same way that all of the victorious ones of the past, all of the great masters, the bodhisattvas and Buddhas of the past have generated the mind of awakening. So shall I, in the exact same way, give rise to the mind of awakening.
Oh yeah, tene samba nyingji gawa tamyonde semi ye gong do si tedang ta chul semi ye lai tela ya muse ji yang hi dang jin do de tene tran tu chu wang yang hyoto samaris.
So then we specifically go through the phases of generating each of the 4 immeasurables. So immeasurable love, immeasurable compassion, immeasurable joy, and immeasurable equanimity. And actually, in the context of practicing Chöd, there is a special method of generating these 4 immeasurables. But because we're pressed for time, he won't get into that now.
Tenen tar jayo japsa ge yor jabyor tamji dune zola du teni te rang la tamne teni rang yang teni jinga rikdong dang rikdong jinga dang jarwa ngang de dongyi ngang de yoya rin dos.
Rikdong jinga ching
jewa dang gakwa jarwa ngang do.
Che gakdawa. So finally, then the field of accumulation dissolves into light and dissolves into us, and we abide within the union of awareness and emptiness, or intrinsic awareness that is beyond birth and cessation.
Teni soyang san da bya rin do soyang san da bya te yang teni 동니 건강래 담보 동니 동바임바 동니 건강래 되니 홍걸보래 되니 마지랍지 드라마 텔라소바 자요 탐지사 다비아데 되니 아란소게 페날 진지 파도 솜지히 요 갑소 되니 오 던레지게 엔사리세 제왁
So young chart and the dampo tena soksing rang la te miroala rebe
소양 랑라 탐네 되니 라니 동니 강도 야
Ale. Okay. So then, having the field of accumulation having dissolved into us, then we abide in the state of emptiness, and then from within that state of emptiness, there arises a white hung syllable. And then from this, there arises, or we ngatso machig labdon na chegiyore be yang na machig labdon ngatso bidun na yore.
Oh, magic labun doin rindo.
So in the space of in emptiness, from the space of emptiness, a white hung syllable arises, and then instantaneously there arises from this the form of machik labdran in the space in front.
Tidang tela yang dandun yemi du gomya jigdang dakji dang dunji kaha lo gomya tante ka yosaris.
And so actually there are sort of two methods. One is that of visualizing or meditating on the self generation and the frontal generation indivisibly as one, and then also the method of generating them separately.
Oh yeah. Tani dan doinje nangwala magic labji drama. Tele tani kanro denga ko korteba. Magic utola pajik tamba sanje. Teke nying yesu jambar mabo sange. Yung to jizun tatan pamo langa. Tani teke uto do sanje hyakya toba.
Okay, so de kumtate. So magic labram kanro denga korgyore. Tani la tamba sanje yon.
Jede gosare. Te tsama ma hinan jiksare. Tu sumondo. O tende indu dan doinje nangwala magic la tani Mahasidda tani Gonjo Rinpoche namba som tela soba jabyor tamji ka korndo samba tanje ka choyang san de gondo ta jidang choyang san de yala yang ye yong de la juju khala yang des chebando.
That's all. And so in any case, he said, there's sort of the specifics of the visualization where you're visualizing Machik Labdran in the space in front, surrounded by the 5 dakinis. Above her crown is Parampa Sanjay, and then, to the right and left, different deities. So essentially what we can think is that the field of refuge, or all of the emanations of the different objects of refuge are there, included, surrounded by Machik Labdran. And there are some differences with regard to the different sadhanas, in terms of like who appears where, and on which side, like right and left, and so forth.
Tani rangdang simjin yin ge lut tani tami do torne tani yinla dumban boya dang. Tani chub toban boya tela soba tani si gogo yosaris. Tedang nyamdo tani Tongzong ramjan jiktin ji zogso nawa tamji ge senata tani ke mendra ji mendra ngarang zugu ji ngubo samyang maying ba ge tani tani ke ngoni tani borgo yosaris.
And so then we can think that again with the with Machik surrounded by all of the objects of refuge in the space in front of us, that we together with all sentient beings engage in the practice of offering the 7 branches and recite praises and offer a mandala. And so this mandala we can think of as being the vast mandala that encompasses the 3 billion-fold universe, that it essentially embodies all of appearance and existence. So we think of it as being very vast and the nature of the union of appearance and emptiness.
Gangdarin chubande nanda regsom sena yangja tani pena zog nawa taba sanjin kanro tang tani dra taba dorjin kanro o ta tanje chikengoni tani zog dra chero rza taba tani rengang kanro ka tanje ngobu goni chuba porya ansaris.
And then we can visualize that there stream out the 16 offering goddesses that are the nature of the pleasurable qualities of the senses. So, for instance, appearance, all form, being the Buddha Dakini, and all sound, being the empty sound, the union of sound and emptiness, who is represented by the Vajra Dakini, and so on and so forth. All of the sensory experiences of form, sound, smell, taste, and touch. We can think that these are represented by the different offering goddesses.
tani luji menjal mogo gondo lu menjal burdu kamni tani tela yang rani ke pagba de serje saya tani yala tamji lang ya mai ni nima dawa tela so ba tendel gondo na den menjal mogo ko saris.
So then we also offer the inner mandala of the physical aggregates. So thinking that our skin is the golden ground, the blood and fat is the sprinkled golden water, the flesh are heaps of flowers, the 4 limbs, the 4 continents, the 8 appendages, the subcontinents, the torso, Mount Meru, and so on and so forth, the 2 eyes, the sun and the moon.
ya tani nyembal tongro gondo ta nyembal tela maji ko togal hong karpo ngamrang yes kor de batende gomne tani silap sein lapa kan mba tende sein lapa ga senje lapa ga nga tende yang da jundos.
And then we recite the mantra, the recitation. So as we're visualizing Machik Labdran with a white hung syllable at her heart center, surrounded by the mantra garland, the rotating mantra garland, then we can think that a stream of blessing flows. And so then the nga dongya yorube.
La.
They do.
Nga daya om ang pang.
Nga daya.
Om bejan dar tin yang jin pang ro yore. Nga ji yore.
So there's the mantra. He just recited it very quickly. I don't know what it is, but so then we do the mantra recitation as we visualize this.
Tani maji ge toga la yom chemo. Tani yom chemo dang dojin chang chjors ye deba. Da tende che yobate yang dong ga ju tan de ge ju de che ju tmo ma yem re la go.
So and so then at the heart of Machik is Prajna Paramita. She's holding a dim Dorje Changdang Yum Chimo.
Oh, Yom Chimo, Chjor de Yod.
Last so Yabyum.
Yabyum.
Yeah, okay. So at the heart of Machik Labdan is Vajradhara, who is in union with Prajna Paramita. Vajradhara's hands are in the crossed posture, holding Vajra and bell, while Prajna Paramita holds a flaying knife and a skull cup. And so this is the Jigten Kagyu.
Dan the Sabdung Ninju could to Moma Yimba Yen Sondo.
And so this is sort of like innermost profound meaning visualization that is unique to this practice.
Tani Magic Tandan the Dutsun Bejung say you woke up so Tani Yayung Junsam Dutsut and the same woke up so Tani Magic cook Kang Tani Tebone Tani Kora Tommy in the Sate Bag Digra Tanji Mark Donzon Sambata Tani Gom Tani Tela Tani Drubjung Hikunzo Sena Tani Doji Samba Gomde and Chibachi Jang Yen Sondo.
And so here, what we visualize is that then at their heart level, on lotus, sun, and moon is a white hung syllable. So then from this, there emanates, as the mantra is recited, then a stream of nectar descends or fills their entire body, filling the entire body of Machik Labdran as they're residing at the heart. And then the nectar exits through Machik Labdran's big right toe, and it streams out and purifies all of the obscurations and defilements of all sentient beings, and returns, pushing out. And as it does this, and it pushes out all of the negativities and defilements that take on, a sort of a black goopy substance, just like we visualize in the form or in the practice of Vajrasattva. And then this becomes what is referred to as the feast of black poison, which then is partaken by all of the karmic creditors as and that's all.
Ngaba silap nembib chimo. Tani rimba nga yoswa nga silap nembib chimo tela tani dadang landre thamche ke tani kunjo kundu jungo zaju lamante juba lamante kunjo kundu jungo yin samba te thamche ke tani yundin thumdu ke teba ka thone tani nyingong rupa tangne tani sorban deba zaju lamala sorban deba te tani ke chimbo yimba te ta silap yongso zoba te zaju ke lamane yongudu tani te ke chimbo yinsa resi tani zaju ke lama tela yang tani ta jawa dorjin chang senanda hyakya toba senanda tani majik labju drama ta tani si yomche mo ta majik labju drama phaji damba sanji ta kangdan tani mar ju yongdu tani tanda ke banan ndrugong dawo jili chayana jarwan kunga renchin dang tenzin pembe jamzin sor seba ke ndrugong jamgong kunjang tamche dang
gyawang kunga renchin
gyawang kunga renchin tenzin pembe jamzin la soba ke ndrugong jamgong kunjang tamche dang tani Garchen Rinpoche ngar chuje nyama dang tadong ngar da kunjang kare yana zimari Garchen Rinpoche ke kunjang nido tela soba tani mar joyon de renzen nudin dojine sede de yang tandan di ta lamchin jabu Rinpoche mari bar de mar tende juite ba ke tende ke juram do tende yon de ta tele ningong rup tang sorwan de ko dos.
And so then there is the fifth, which is bringing down the descent of the blessings. And so here we think that, we together with all of the beings whom we have summoned, so all of the demons and spirits and divine beings and karmic creditors and ghosts and all of the different categories of beings who have been summoned, that all together we generate a mind of sincere faith and devotion, with specifically a mind of longing devotion that longs to achieve the enlightened qualities of the victorious ones and the great masters of the past. And so in this way, then we supplicate all of the objects of refuge, and in particular, the lineage gurus, the lineage lamas, and supplicate to receive their blessings. And so we include all of the lineage lamas, who are specific to the lineage of Chöd, together with, those particularly, for instance, in our with Vajradhara, Buddha Shakyamuni, and then in particular the lineage masters connected with Chöd from the Drikung Kagyu tradition, Gyawang Kunga Rinchen, Tenzin Peme Gyaltsen, all of the glorious throne holders, Gar Chugi Nima, and in particular the two Gar emanations that have this particular connection with the lineage, together with Rigzin Nuden Dorje, all the way down to Lamchen Gyalpo Rinpoche. And so in this way, we supplicate in order to bring down the descent of the blessings from the lineage gurus.
Tenen tarta ulama ge togdan ransim sene teni tujar ji yangsu yogo gosares.
And so then at the end, we mix our mind with the enlightened awareness of the Lama and abide or rest within the unelaborated nature.
다 순바 히럽 닝지 그 도업지 드니 동이 그 따와당 동번 내부 따와당 샘진 용수 르모동와 그 우미란진 로동 세발라 드니 로동 세부치도 드니 르진 우라 드니 람바카 힌도스
공타 양처
순바텔라 드니 히럽 등 닝지 도업지 드니 동이 그 따와 도야당 드니 샘진 르모동와 그 드니 란지근 로동 드발라 드니 ngugi nyamlin tela kahindo sita telnge malabiana powa powa tani le menjar tani kanji tela korsomdo kanji tani manji sole o tani ngandos.
So then third, through the power of wisdom and great compassion, then there is the main section which involves abiding with the view, recognizing the view of emptiness, and the commitment not to abandon sentient beings. And through this, one achieves the purpose or the benefit of all of the gods and demons, the spirits and so forth, who have gathered. And there are the 5 points here then of the main practice. So that is first the transference of consciousness, second, the body mandala, third, the 3 divisions of the white feast, fourth, the distribution of the red feast, and fifth, the activities of the feast gathering.
Tani powa namka gomji la tene tani dorji tabu tengin zenje tawa tega ta juba la tani wangbo rab rang tama som la tani powa la zenje tani zemi tende ke tampowa ramba mamundos.
So then with the transference of consciousness, then this corresponds with the meditative, the Vajra-like, abiding within the Vajra-like meditative absorption, of which there are 3 capacities or levels: the superior capacity, middling capacity, and lesser capacity. And together with this, there's also, that absorption, which is with characteristics and without characteristics, and other classifications or categories.
Tani jidang powa la majik labdung la tempa powa tang, pajik tamba la sanje tempa powa, pajik tamba sanje la tempa powa, tani pamo la tempa powa, tani chuma namo la tempa powa sine tante la powa mambundo.
And so there are lots of versions of the POA here, or transference of consciousness. There is the POA with Mache Glabdran as the support, the POA with Parampa Sanje as the support, the POA with Varahi as the support, and the POA with Troma Nagmo as the support.
Kandar tani rangar lu shigong dawa, tani jirdo tani zawoma yu dewa, tani rangar kamwa yeyong ni le tele karmar ni udang temba te tani sane dun jine tani sa marsar jukung azam. Sa marsar jukung azam kila jone sa marsar jukung ate majik namhe tenzo ko nalo la song de tani jagal tani sa marsar sine kegosare. Tani gunga tela yang.
So Mars Jagarla kare?
Jagarla majik namhe nalo ni songdo. Tani sa marsar ke gunga saya tela tani pe lag ta landa wonsari tani ke sajik la tani gunga te se nang chama tong dewa. Tene wu kado nga
chi gongta gonga
chenang
chi
zama.
nang
Chenang zama she na gi tongdin ba.
shil nang shin
Tene gunga tela yang kado mambo kar si mar jang rinpa mambo tene yote ba ji yorisi. Kaangdar chechong la tewong zam jing ma do yoksa mare. Tebu chunga. Tene chungchung ji yorisi. Ta tene tekle karmar tene jing uru chechong la tene sa marsa ji gunga zam ki yolin yong rung reyisi.
So then the way that one practices the POA is first visualizing that one's body becomes completely clear like a crystal. And then there is the central channel that runs along the central meridian of the body, all the way from the secret place up to the aperture of Brahma. And then on the soles of one's 2 feet, on the right and left sole of the foot, are respectively a white and red bindu. And so these white and red bindus travel up the legs from the soles of the feet and then enter into the central channel at the secret place and become, as they unite, they become a small sphere that is like the size of a marsar egg. And so this is a special type of egg, and then these instructions in particular come from, so it is said that this a special egg that comes from this special bird in India that's like a magical egg. And it comes, these instructions are particular to Machig's instructions found in her complete explanation. And so this small egg is completely, it's very luminous, radiant, and completely transparent, like a crystal. So transparent from the outside and the inside. And it is sort of reverberating with multicolored light, like rainbow colored light. And it's very small. It's like the size of a thumb, one's thumb, the fingernail of your thumb, or the tip of the thumb. It's just a small sphere that is sort of reverberating with rainbow colored light.
Tene ti tele te pei se ondu tewa nyanga remba ne tene jiwo changba ne tone tene nangkha la pondro do tene nangkha ne akar nangkha la lipsa ne akar bo chigla jorsong samasi tene a te garang la simte ya te ta jinje ke tene tin sema dang je ba ting dang je ba tinje ke tene poa sinanda tene jing saris.
So then one visualizes that this small bindu rises slowly in the central channel as you recite the syllable pe. So it goes from the secret place to the navel, and then from the navel to the heart center, and then from the heart center to the throat center, rising in the central channel, and then all the way up to the crown. And then it with the final recitation of Pate, it exits through the aperture of Brahma and enters into the space where it transforms into a white syllable endowed with special characteristics.
Tene ala simte goya te yang maji ke kachomle tene ngun zubu sanji ke tene hirab the part of the simbate ala dubares tene enru tene simche wa memba a yindu tene ta tene ji ke yimba jumsin tele tene ala simte go sondos.
And so in Machig's bundle of precepts, she says that the importance of the consciousness becoming or taking on this form of the a syllable is because the a syllable represents the essence of the Great Mother Prajnaparamita and the unborn meaning of the meaning of the unborn awareness.
Tenen thar ayang mamagbar tungni yemi tsadar kengang to tene yo go ris da te temi kan powari nos.
Gongda?
Thar ate yang tung tene mamak par ada ya meba chane mamak bar tongni kangang do yoya te tene chi yogo nos.
So then the ah syllable slowly dissolves into non-referentiality and merges with emptiness.
Tene kandar poa del tene pozam pozi dang trawa tene tongni kangang do ya yongwa yena tam poa tamji jerbo tab tene poa kunji jerbo nangka gomji siya te tene yomchi mo ko ngugi ko gomba o tene yedu tan tar tokba te tene saja chimbo ko ngol yoya te yensa res.
Gongta su yang char sa kale sungrong nam.
nga tsop tsari jenjo tene powa ngone kum powa de ta saja chimbo senandra yom chimu ko gumba to tega rang la yoya de tam powa thamje ji jerbo nangkwa powa nangkwa gomji se ya ta tende ji cha do yuris kang da tongni ko ngang do yoya de powa thamje ko ta jerbo ta ngone cha do yuris.
Okay. So this poa, which is the poa that sort of transcends the act of transference and the one who is transferring, is really the superior poa, like the Mahamudra poa, the poa that accomplishes the enlightened intent of the Great Mother, Prajnaparamita, and it's referred to as the king of all methods of transference, or all classes of poa. It is the poa that is the transference that is made from within the state of emptiness.
Tene niba lu mender lomborwa de da simjin yong lu ma dong wa ka tene lanjin ro dong se ba ka chi do tene juma ta bo tingen zen jing ha ne tene lun chu jin se yong de thomar lu mendal bo go do o tene yin de thomar tene rani yang tongni ka ngang do magic mari dorje phamol jorne lu rani ka number hi ba dorje phamol ne jorne tene lu de tanji koni shuba na yi tene pa pa ser je sai ge tene sonzo gyar rawe ko mai ni nyama dawa la so wal tene gom do na tene lu mendal bo go nos.
And so then we have the offering of the body mandala. And so here, then we assume form again, having ejected our consciousness and merged with the essence of space, we assume the illusory form to also then achieve the illusory-like meditative absorption, and offer our illusory body to all of the demons and spirits and different beings. And so first from within the state of emptiness, then our consciousness enters into the enlightened form of Vajravarahi. So we become Vajravarahi. And then we take the contents of our illusory body and we arrange them into a mandala, just as was explained before, with the torso becoming like as Mount Meru, the two eyes as the sun and the moon, our four limbs as continents, and so on and so forth.
Tene yang kanji course on te na lo ne tene yang poa magic lab drama la tin poa sing ru tene rang number shi ba de yang magic lab drama to ka la tham tene magic lab drama to ka ne pha mo jing chue ne tene ngarang ko libon de yang top ne tene chechong tong som sam sin do ne tene yan tong som sam sin de om a hong la so ko sing ji lam ne tene chuje tene kado zhero ne ba punsom choba le jone tene yanchu ma je kunjo si kun rong mo yin ding kun ro ning jin ro de la so ba tam je le tene chubam por ya tene ji ri nos.
So then there are the three spheres or cycles of visualization for the white feast. And so having ejected the consciousness or from the body, and the consciousness then dissolves into the heart of Machik Labdran, and then from Machik Labdran's heart there emanates Varahi. And so Varahi then, this is after we have put all of the contents of our body into the skull cup and arranged the mandala. And so then she blesses the contents of the feast with the syllables Om Ahung, and then it becomes a radiant primordial wisdom nectar endowed with 100 flavors and complete with a full abundance of qualities. And then it has become or transformed into an appropriate substance of offering, or it is offered.
Tani chuban bor yung bu kapsu yang tani Yeshe Lama thamche la tani yang Jigten Sumgon tani yedam la zo thamche la tani sanang sanchu tani pawon kan ro thamche la cho damjin zoma thamche la kangje tani tande ka ta tongsom tande dang tani tongsom ki da thamche la sang lo thamche la tani karsom ngarsom o tela soba ta so kang do ba le tande jorne tani da ko lubon de chiba chamji tani pabo cho thamji ni tani nyung mumba ga druba sang choni zo lencha sang bulung khor tani da ro ga semjen thamje la tani ningje ji ro donga thamje
So sa dang
konzo go jula samdang ningje ji ne ro so su donga thamje hyosong hyone tani dama jula mba ji song sama go ndos.
So then it is offered. So it is offered to the objects of of refuge, the lineage lamas, the root and lineage lamas, the hosts of Yidam Dakinis, the hosts of Yidam deities, all of the Dakas and Dakinis. And then it spreads throughout the entirety of the 3 billion-fold universe, becoming an offering to all beings in whatever form it is that is needed and desired. So it becomes whatever it is that is wanted and desired by the beings who partake of it. And as they partake of it, it brings a feeling of all-pervasive bliss. Their negativities and obscurations are purified. The obscurations of afflictive emotions are fully cleared away. The 2 accumulations are fully perfected, and it becomes a source of generating great love and compassion. And all of the beings who partake then enter into the practice of Dharma.
Oh ya ta tanda kanji nang ne Machik Labji drume renruk ne dong ma sin nan ram renruk ne dong ma ka tani gongba tang Jigten Sumgon gongbo tani kusala yi choso tani gongba jigba re tani yendu tani Machik kusala yi choso de choso jayi toda main songyo bare tani yendu tan Jigten gongbo kusala yi choso de tani jigma long to ya yins.
Te Machik rigdo ne doma dang kusale Jigten Sumgon ke sola kusale ke don chikba yamba
don chikba re tende ru ta tandan dana Jigten gongbo kusala choso de tanan dong ris tende
laso
tende tambo kusala choso de long jing dong go so do long de
laso yeah. And so this practice of offering to the 6 classes of sentient beings that is done in the tradition that comes directly from Machik, and also what is practiced in Lord Jigten Sumgon's Kusali Chöd is the same, this section of offering to the 6 classes. And so also there was the request that Lama Yeshe would give the transmission of Jigten Sumgon's Kusali Chöd, and so he will also offer the transmission. Tomar data dongin bela. So now he will give us the transmission.
Joban Jigten Sumgon je sabchule kusala chozo yoso Namon Gorove Joban Jigten Sumgon Gumbu sabchu tumong mayen bale sumba kusala ye chozo jisawan dala jerumuji hane the Hindu Saba Yembe Nyamsu Lemba Garchewa Yenson Dala Jurva Muye Jison so Tambona Major Namga Nyamba Semji Nam Tidin Donga Drakan Sangje Gung Banglana Meba Tozasser Soso Luji Jimba Namjur Zong Wandu Hidu de Wandu Hidu de Kosala Soso Koranalo Tate Tadamazi Markajan Dongola Pei Rani Ge Jike Yom Jimo Serjan Dongji Jinchalo Yonsu Zoba Sayi Tangmo Ni Dorje Loa Omani Nyamya Ge Sajan Zebar Jor Kandong Kalandar de Lizom Dabjang Jumbo Chemba Nyamchuana Maja Je Mangang Je Hindo Mangang Je Tene Kandong Lizom Pepa Tangmo Yom Jimi Chuje Ranja Kamsum de Tubar Samla Je Yagesene Nami Yinji Simpin Tamji Nyon Je Tamje Je Donga Nibar Samla Je Tamjin Deren Duke, Tamji Wopjin Dubar, Sama Jang, Tamjin Jordan Duke, Jordan Pungan Dubar, Sama Jang Budo Ome Suba Yuda, Sawadama Suba Yuda Home, Pei Ran Gizendor Janam Jurma, Jindang Gumdo, Sanjin Zowar, Jor Pei, Dunda Ranlu, Bembo Jirwana, Soyan Homeland, Yun Din Pei. Dunda Lume Jingo Lane Ba Kamle Tuba Jiva Somje Dang Pei Saye Chudri Bamje Tuba Shegar Namar Dongsom Namkwe Chung Pei Tenang Bamjur Dongyu Meber Kyo Nijung Zhijan Duze Mabar Jur Pei Delewan Zhi Yi Duze Zhang Nimin Zhebe Kala Mandang De Za Hong Ba Ho Oma A Hong Lin Som Ju Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Nyane Kunla Dorwe Women Yang Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Nyarwa Nam Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Yeda Negen Dorwe Women Yang Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Yeda Nam Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Dundru Negen Dorwe Women Yang Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Dundru Nam Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Meye Negun Dorwe Women Yang Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Manam Je Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Lan Mei Negun Dorwe Women Yang Yangye Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Lanam Je Lame Nam Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dani Sage Tube Duzi Ju Laye Negun Dorwe Women Yang Pei Yangye Duzi Rigwe Lanam Je Drubazam Je Jibzi Mako Jur Pei Dunja Namgar Lama Yadam Dang Bawang Kanro Gonjo Chujong Je Rizhok Taba Nyinjin Zhong Je Tso Yin Je Ranga Benje Nuzi Ke Ngusong Zheng Yin Je Pong Bor Dawar Song Oma Aga Romogang Sarva Dama Nam Ade Nube Nade Oma A Hong Pei So Wa Lin Som Je Sen Je La Zhong Je Janam Dor Je Bugo Jin Duzer de Survey Ji Zam Jor Wei Jinji Zawa Dang Ju Barchi Bade Lamba Damba Namji Kerda Oma A Hong He Yege Som Ba Mazu Je Bardo Sa Wo Te Yin Pei Yedam Jude Yedan Jerwe Jingor Je Jingo Ramjan Jala Zo Namji Kerda Oma A Hong Pei Raki Yana Yubo Ba Wo Dang Kan Ro Kun Yo Rinpoche Namba Som Dang Damba Yi Chü Jungwa Soma Namje Jin Dang Din Yang Tuki Dang Tutup Je Wang Zhou La Ngani Ba Namje Khyardo Oma A Hong Pei Tserem Korwa Tomi Toma Meba Ne Dada Tama Dada Yin Je Dong Kamsum Rajok Dong Korwa Tse Na Se Je Soke Lenja de dong na we len ja gon ro se nor je len ja la so de re ro ta ba tu ji dong je cho je xia de o ma a hong pe yin yang se dam zam jor je ben de be dong ne ze long ren je cho dan je be xia de o ma a hong hi mu ba ma zo je ba gong gen ju do ten man ji na du ze la ma jong ze le ba la dun ji je to ga ne du ze la ma jong ze le ba la dun ji je to ga ne wo ze ji po ma ta de pei ju lu xia yi ro cha ge jam zo ba gen ru be dang ro dong zong ran jian ji din ji kam gang wan da la Pavanda na zai lan re ga ye la ma zai de je gar bo la ye de so na bu de je de so ma bu zai je de so cha bu zai de so mo mo la ye de so se bo ni je de so na bu mu bo mo ye de so mo ye de so jang go sa da ge de so ra kha si bi de so la son lan zhen ba zin long son lan zhen ba de yu zhong son lan zhen ba lan re zin tar bang tar Garchen Rinpoche be na la so ba du ba jin nam de yin yang deng dong za dang zhang song wo dong le sa da bar dong nian dang ti rang se ma la song de jie ba san zhe hi de jie ba tam jie ge jie rang wang mei ban de gu ge hong hong wo de yuan de du xia so zhong dong xia so ge zhong dong xia la ge ba Shala gawe sha so chala gawe cha dong riba la gawe riba ma riba ba la gawe ba ba jung pei hong to ziba zimo me je ne ma na ra nya ga yin je je na ge si ba san je dam da jia yun ju ma no la no yang ze we ge re dang chun chu den ba je dong nam je dong na nam ge jin zo yin de la yo ba nang jian ba yin de bo le yo sa yu lo ma yin de zo le yo Zawa xia yan de nan jie dong be cha jian de na mang guen be jun be ba ban de na zhuo ri be la ban de na xiam ji lan zhe nam lan de yong zuo to ba mei ban ju ju ji bei jin de zuo nang la lun de mo si xia zu zhou gen ju ban bo ga pa zhe zhen zhou to ba yu nan jie bu gun ju ban bo tu ba ren gu to ba yu de nian a yin ju ban bo Kung ai yi to bar kyo nai chi nai ki si ba lan zhe nam. Rang pa nam je lu pa so ma rang nam je sui la kyo xin xia zin jia ra da ra ra chan dong mo ra ho ra ra ru ma ra so ra cha la la gan dong la ba jeb se jeb. Ji ba gen mo xia ra ra ngo lu lin ji ra ra cha bu gen ta ta se da ko du ya du je bu so ko me ma du ya si me so给吧，那这浪这做是呀，种着是也浪这做，那家不就个那个浪这，把家种把这浪这做，那着没么穷是说几把几把，这个从卡嘛做了邻居说，是把用这江北说，老话本金家当本穷东西把么让帮接说，在老菜是什么本东说，把老啥的说。Lo dang sam da tsum jor je sa gu te la ror ba yin pe la ma me ban de ki ge se na chu la ror ba yin pe la ma me ban de ki ge su ge la ror ba yin pe la ma me ban de ki ge kya ror dang la ror dang ma zu ba yin pe la ma me ban de ki ye dun jin no jin je ba ma jin no jin jo ba yin je ba yin pe la ma me ban de ki ge ji nhà chỉ lên đủ lệ chẳng chế là dùng trên đủ để chẳng chế là dùng chế cho mấy bà nhà bà chế ra hiểm mấy bà xâm cho chế phải chế mà đơn dụ năng cái gì năng cái năng gì là mà gì chế đồ chế dụ như vậy là chúng mà lúc cái phong đó mà đã chúng mình chỉ nghe chẳng mà cái đồ là năng chế chỉ nằm cái nó suy chế Jern Draba Yong Ju Lu Dong Gu Zhen Jin Pam Lu Dong Yang Gu Zab Lam Lu Dong Zhang Ru Zhong Ji Ngo Je Lu Dong Ngo Ru Bo Re Nam Je Lu Dong Lu Xia Zhan Chu Jin Dong Be Chu Gang Go Yiran Sum Jor Je Ngun Jin Ku Ba To Mi Polon Len Jasan George, Hong de Jasan George, Nishin Dozo George. Dozen George, Dancing, Jersey George, San Josena de George, San Josem Dan de Neja, Lami, San Jodo, Bargo, Bebe. Namo, Jenadam Jula song, the Juti Hubes on Julango, Gajo Jimbe song, Dubaji, Mazaka. Give up some sober, Rangasana, Yosan, Dana Sanji Tembaye, Jimbaji, Jubandu, and Robotundan Sanji. When you Javanam Jamadra, Jinizona Jimbe George, Jimba, Masam Jimmy Kira Barosa, Majumanga, Sosora, Yoruba, to some Jamayan. Trahiko, Chuganama, in the Irmijan, Sukun Jason, in the Sosa. Tavdan Hiram Cholangani Baranga, Devar Trahiko. Namo Soji Lam, the Jurbalam, Tomalam, the Gumbalam, Bajeme Balam, Gomne, Mayum Jiji Kumonyo, Goji, Givan Bezamo. Medam Jijo, Dronam Ranes, Higor, Page, Saja Chimbangala, Yamayago, Deyang Jirmoji, Yane, Deyang, Twanger, Yamsa, Lena, Zoba, Bajikivar Wang, Dorji, Lulam, Panse, May, Baradam, Zunam, Dang Yiki, So Sonju, the Zobaye, Lulan Zinja, Yang, Dagar Maze, Be, Madame, Mama, Yembe, Parjeje la mani de seka purga sorka medra longra la soba kange jemazo tena junda se na as junda se ba mazong yang su torang je du so dam se ne tön re ji jang nyam so ling gu ba lao be tok je jar do ya ne nyam so len bar hyo song ba yiman do de dar nam jor ba jun je nyam ne go sa la ye so so de yang zhgong ba Rene Jibao Dala Manji na Dedar Gosa la ye so rang la gong wan dui dang Yoga Manji dang ju ye dang zai hi gab yong ne Hyolo ga jigle mi jang sa lin de zur dar ji yu jang gab dun gom ju ge yin la nam ma ji jang chi jung de man jor hi Zavalam Mazone Jongwe so Mangalam Tene Kusalaga Soso de Tanda Gong de Mato Jog Manji de Mando Kuranalo Yomare Manji de Tanda Sole Rinchin Chawak Nalone Solang Yali Tendrindo Tendrindo Namjun de Macapso Tachi Yang Des Jeban Ravoji Yenamato Namjun de Macapso Kosala soso rang madoba manji de ma dong matom na yan zhe sa reis.
So in this Kusali Chöd, actually originally it doesn't have a red feast as part of it. It is actually just the white feast, but then the red feast here comes from the Chöd practice of Sole Rinjin Chingwa. So that is usually done in the context of like a very extensive practice. Tene de yapo penasoso rang gare de yapo komason de chitang donya yorebe madonya yorebe gande.
Danda kanji kusala go soso te nyima takbar dongo ya kechen mo insare.
Laso.
Tene njo tene manji rinpoche ya in doa. Manji jing doa. O ta te sole rinjin changwa sene pe ju nalo gata ju ge jerbo ta bari. Ti nalo ni manji tsur ya ya ba rindo. Te tan dong thom na ya bo juri de dong ma thom na yang tene jitang ta kusala go soso se ya de kusala sene pe namjur pa changbo tanje ge nyamsu lenji lenju je rindo. Te le tene yang mangbo che ta ni ta ang tene yang ringbo chan ro sare. Tanje ru tan namju Kusala got so rang dong tene zam ni yang sama nyam de dong tene ju de ba kap so tene manji ti na yang cho sa re sam san do
That's all teaching. So really, actually, the white feast, what for somebody who practices the Kusali Chöd, it's recommended to mainly focus on doing the white feast. So that's something, for instance, if you're practicing this, that you could recite every day, you could practice every day. So as he mentioned, the red feast is actually taken directly from Tsole Rinchen Tingwa, which is like the king sadhana of Chöd practices. And so if one can perform the white feast and the red feast, that's also very good. But the Kusali, just as the title demonstrates, is really sort of meant to be something that's very unelaborated for a yogi with, who's engaging in few elaborations. And so in that way, it's very, very concise. So to do a really extensive practice of Chöd can be can require a lot of time. And so essentially, if you're planning to practice this, usually what is focused on primarily is this first section here, which is the white feast. And then as your time allows, you can also occasionally practice the red feast.
Also,
Okay, so we can take a break here and resume again at 4.
Also, Yan Thomas Janjom Chöd Tok Jibe Gone Chenrezig.
So again, please take a moment to generate the mind of bodhicitta, wishing to place all beings in the state of awakening. And as you do so, listen to the Dharma teachings.
Tene Majik Redu Nenji Matang, Tene Tumbe Tanda Jigten Sumgon Kusala Sozo de Majik Huyayens.
And so then very similar to the this white feast of offering to the 6 classes of sentient beings what is very similar to this is what we also find in the Kusali Chöd. So he will elaborate some on this section.
Kusala Sozo de Yongkong Zhawo Yang Tanda Kadambake Adisha Kong Namba Zor Seleke Tene Marjune Dabo Rinpoche, Tene Pamo Drubane, Jigten Sumgon Zor, Tene Dawoji Insares.
And so the lineage of Kusali, it comes originally through the Kadamba tradition, so from Atisha, and then this also was practiced or held, this lineage by Dapo Rinpoche Gampopa, who also passed it to Pagmo Drupa and on to Jigten Sumgon.
Tene Tomar Chinabake Jigseku Shole Korindo. Shole Tambujalo.
So you can all look as we go through the text. So on the back of page 1.
Tene Del Major Namka Nyabasin de Dunga Trakin Saja Kombantos Lami Tubjas Sozo Luji Namjur Zun Sayade Tene Sanjong Cho the Simji Barindos, Tatela Tene Major Simjian Tamje Tene Gander that same meba Yiga Gone, Tene Rangal Lujimba de Tumang the Suma Tandeg Simjian Tamje Chido, Rangal Lujimba Tang Yens, Tong Yens, Sambaka Tamjang the Roko Saris.
So as we have here, first, the cultivation of bodhicitta, where it says, for the benefit of all mother beings and the limitless universe, to liberate them from their suffering and to lead them to the supreme enlightenment state of Buddhahood, I'm determined to exert myself in the yoga of developing merit by offering my body. So here we keeping all sentient beings in our mind as the object of our generation of the 4 immeasurables, then we think that it's with this objective that we wish to engage in this practice of developing merit by offering the body or practicing generosity with the body. And so this becomes the foundation of our practice.
Tene Hyode Yebala Jigzek, Tanda Tenzo, Tanji Juso Nalo ni Husimbare, Juso Jeba Nalo so Leunjorindo, Tendu, Hyode Yeba Nalo Pips.
So now we can go ahead and skip because we already went through it. It really was sort of the same as what follows here in his earlier explanation. So we can jump to page 4 where it says the main practice.
Omen Subaba Huda Savadame Subaba Huda Hong, Saya Tegateni, Chutamji Rangi Madrupa, Reis Ungosare.
So first with the recitation of Swabhava mantra, with this, then we're establishing the lack of intrinsic existence of all phenomena, the empty nature of all phenomena.
Tene Pei Zenendoa, pay the ja yung kapso the rangalu rangalu ke nang do tani za reng dong chabung baja zam tani rengbo je wo changwo dang tani wo de dewa la so de ba tani nyangka la number hi bang ngo tani tegle chi tani chi gong go sa res.
And so then here we recite the syllable pei, and so it says your consciousness, rangrek, which is means your own awareness, goes out of your body to the sky in front of you and is instantly transformed into Vajrayogini. So what we visualize here is just as we did before, we visualize the central channel, running along the central meridian of the body, beginning at the kind of navel level and traveling all the way up to the aperture of Brahma. It's completely straight and sort of about the diameter of your index finger. And we can think that our consciousness resides at the heart level in the form of a small bindu or sphere.
Oh, that tela 단지 삼마서지 공학 나긴 지정대 잠직 대봉 잠직 드니 깔마룬 당당된 바 유바텔라 드니 페이세 자용 갑조 드니 랑 넘버 시바데 드니 지원이 야 통송 삼바고서래.
And so again, we can visualize now with this visualization, the bindu is abiding at the heart level, and it's still like about the size of this, the egg of a marsar bird. And so it's like that, the size of a thumb, about the size of the tip of your thumb or the thumb fingernail, a small sphere that's kind of a lustrous red and white color, reddish white. And then as you recite the syllable pei, then the sphere that is your consciousness is ejected. It travels up through the central channel and then out through the door at the crown, the aperture of Brahma. And the poa, this section of transferring the consciousness is really important because when we offer our body, it's really important that the consciousness and the body are separated.
Pei rang Jigten dorje namjor ma jindang kumdo sansi zokwar chor seya tege teni rang dandi number shibande Jigten dorje namjor ma kodan sansi yongsu zokwa jigle chorsong samba gosare.
So then you think that this consciousness, this sphere that is your consciousness, exits from your crown, and as it enters into space, it instantaneously transforms into the fully perfected form of Vajrayogini. So Vajrayogini, with her body color and all of her attributes, garments, and hand implements, and so forth.
Tene rangan doindo tene ranga lebonde tene jerbo soyan nomla demba doba yonde ngadan demba tene jigla chorsong samba gosare.
Gare dube yuntin. Yeah, okay. So then in front of you, and you are now in the form of Vajrayogini, but your body, the corpse of your body that you have exited from, is lying in front of you, healthy, shining, possessing the qualities, all of the qualities to satisfy the five senses.
Tene teyang tene doindo tene long dang mei jingor senata long dang mei jingor desmo. Doindo long mei jingor la ne bazindo kamle doba jivu somje da. Dan doindo long mei ge jingor la ne de ba tene tege thola toba jivu som tene ji gonggo saris.
So then in front of you, so is a mandala of fire, and underneath it, wind. And then there manifests from the syllables Kam, there manifest 3 human skulls that become like the tripod hearth.
Then tell a young yam long jinkor, ran le may jinkor, come let in it. Tuba jibo.
Yeah, oh, gongta, yeah, le, me,
Yam le long jinkor.
yam le long.
Ran le may jinkor. Long me jinkor jitang do tini, tuba jibo som so go hosaris.
And so the stages of this arising is that so first the from yap, the syllable from the syllable yap there arises the mandala of fire. From the syllable yam there arises the mandala of wind, and then from the syllables kam there arise the 3-pointed tripod human skull hearth.
단지 랑그 넘버 10반데 파모를 지도 대봐. 되니 파모데 그 사이에 그 저호 그 뱀부 퇴바데 자이온도 되니 퇴바데 자이온도 되니 되나로라 zubote kallam marwa ta tndreji yote baji gongko sares kallam marwa ta de.
And so then you visualize that yourself in the form of Vajrayogini with your knife, your curved knife, you cut off the skull from your own corpse, which is red on the inside, white on the outside, and it becomes the vessel that's placed on this hearth of 3 skulls. And so it is resting there on the hearth, and then the rest of the body gets heaped into the skull.
Denalola saye chudri bamje toba san sigar namar tongsun champa chung labdwa o tit sizin nagin gomgo hosares.
And so you imagine, that it is endowed with all of the qualities. It's red on the inside, white on the outside, and kind of like this perfectly pure vessel to hold all of the contents.
Tane yang pei se mru zhou ge benbo de zerji lang ne toba nang de zhou. Tane toba nang lo tani kong ne shu ba nang ge wo ge long yu me ba rong ru tane benbo toba nang ge benbo de xue xiang. Tane ma da bu zhong tam je da ne tane ser lu zong sam ba zhong dan zha ba de tam ze ge du ze dang. Tane du ze mar bo de zhong ge gang wa tane ji
And so then, as you have cut, you cut up the remains of the body, and then heap them into the skull, and then from the wavering or movement of the wind, this causes the fire underneath the skull cup to blaze, and as the fire heats up or the fire blazes, it causes all of the contents of the corpse that have been heated or heaped into the skull cup to melt. So they melt, and all of the impurities are purified, and it's transformed into pure samaya substance of amrita.
Tenang Bamjur Long Yu May Barku Nijung Chen Du Mabu Pei Tele or Yi Du Zhang, Yimin Jip Kala Mandang di Za Hong Bang Om A Hong Si Dua.
That's all, Penny.
O Tele Tani Pei Se Yong the Tamseg Du Tele or Zentru. So you Devari Hiwa Tamje Tani Togani Yi Du Karbo Jin Zhang. Toba nanga tamza ge duze da ni some ban jibe same yi hi je duze kal marwan dang dan dembar sam tade ji sona.
So then with the utterance of the syllable pate, then you can think that from the Amrita, that or the nectar in the skull, that light emanates and spreads in all directions and draws in the wisdom nectar. So it invites the wisdom being or wisdom nectar. And this then from all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, which return and dissolve into the nectar in the skull, the Amrita in the skull, the Samaya nectar, and it becomes sort of this beautiful white tinged with red, a sort of pinkish nectar.
Tene za hong pang ho do za hibe tene rang toga tang tamze ge duzele o zerche gyo tawen chudu devar hikba tamje ju ko zong togje senhab tamje om karbo a marbo hong tanga somje number chin tang.
And so then with the syllables za, hong, bam, ho, so then with za, you can think that from the heart center, limitless light rays stream out and invoke the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which return in the form of white oms, red ahs, and blue hongs.
Hong shibe tene drusumbo tenam tamze ge duzele tam.
And so then when you recite the syllable hong, then these blessing syllables you can think dissolve into the primordial wisdom nectar, the Samaya nectar.
Bam shibe chula chu tamba dar jigten ri.
And so then with the syllable bam, the wisdom nectar and the Samaya nectar fully merge, like water merging into water.
Ho shi tamche garchen gover sip duzi kala marwe dangcha wa jungze ngwa kado zhero nipa pusum tsobar sam. Tani za hong pa ho om wa hong si jugu dosi.
And so then with ho, you can think that then all of the glorious qualities, all of the delightful qualities become completely manifest in this nectar, that then it takes on that whitish, beautiful whitish red color, and it becomes endowed with all of the 100 flavors and fully abundant perfected qualities.
Tani dani sagi tuibu duzi ju nyanne gwen la durwe women yang pe yangji duzi rigbe nyarwa nam drupa somjang jizui mo korjor songdowa.
So then again, we recite Pate, and it says, still in the form of Vajrayogini, with a skull in your hand, you scoop out the Amrita from the skull in front of you, so the skull on the hearth. And this Amrita is then sprinkled over the hell realms, transforming it into the pure realm of Akanishta, the Buddha land of Ogmin, or the Buddha land Ogmin or Akanishta.
Tani o rani sagi rani pamu ge sagi duzi ju yang nyarwa neso torne tani nyarwa ge yortamji takba yortamji hidang takba melong yihi je rangi ngombar gaba hinkam su jor song sam.
And so what you can think is that here, the hell realm, which is a product of the afflictive emotion of anger, is transformed into the pure realm, the Buddha land, or the pure realm of the Buddha family, that corresponds with the afflictive emotion of anger, which is the pure realm of mirror-like wisdom, the pure Buddha field of Akshobhya.
Yang duzu laryang duzu tobe ju yang nyarwa simjin nyarzong dang jeba tamje le dorongdu lunga ye sumje druba som jang yang te tamje sama dorji pamo le jorzong samgo.
And so as this pure nectar reaches all of these beings in the hell realm, then their three obscurations are purified and they are transformed themselves into Vajrayogini.
Oda te yendo yang sage tobe duzu ju yang yada ga nesu dordu tene semna daba nyamyi yi hiji rang yin parding ge yang jorzong sambada. Tene yada ga sangla nemba kandor tamji druba som anglar yang duzu tor yongdu yada sangla nemba kandor tamji druba som jangne jibzun dorji pamu nambar jorzong samba goni tene dani sage tobe duzu yada kon dorwa mekin.
And so then here it says, then again you recite the syllable pate and you imagine that yourself as Vajrayogini with your hand implement, that is the skull cup, you scoop out another portion of nectar or amrita from your skull filled with the nectar on the hearth. And now you sprinkle it over the realm of hungry ghosts. Here it says the world of the Yidak. So Yidak is the Tibetan for hungry ghosts. Transforming it into the pure Buddha land of Ogmin or Akanishta. But we can also think that here, purifying particularly the obscuration of greed, then the greed of all the beings in this realm is transformed into the wisdom of equanimity, and they are placed in the pure realm of the Amoghasiddhi, or no, the Yeda ki kande the Serna the Shinkam gare.
Yada. Oh, Padinshang.
Padinshing, the glorious Buddha field.
On that day in the Sursonga, you're going to Torre, Tomoktawa, Chuyang Hijirang in Tuboko Peking come down, then it Lariang Duzete, going at all with all the marine no. Tada Yadal Toxon?
Yeah. So in this way, then, as the nectar touches all of the hungry ghosts, then their three obscurations are purified and they transform into Vajrayogini.
Tene nyawa yada tenzan ta tundro torgo sari. Tegin tundro torbe termin tumong namda chuyang yihi jirang tubo gobe hinkam. Tene laryang duzu toronde tene tetamji dorji pamol chorsong samba go sari. Tendre chike ngane tene ngage dani sage tobe duzu tundro negun torbe womekin laryang duzu ruben rubasonji juzem konjor teri.
So then again, reciting the syllable pate, this time you visualize that you, with the skull in your hand, you scoop out more nectar from the skull cup on the hearth, and this time you sprinkle it over the realm of animals, transforming it into purifying the obscuration of primarily their ignorance, so that the ignorance transforms into the wisdom of the Dharma Dhatu, and it becomes the perfected Buddhahood or Buddha field of like the perfectly arranged Buddha field. Here it says, again, they all become the pure realm of Akanishta, but from where he's reading, there are different Buddha fields associated with each of the 6 realms. Tupe kupe shinkan.
Tene laryang duzu mayo yorda torongdu doja nambar darba sordo yihi jirangi noso dewa jinji hinkamdang Tani mayin drowa tamche ke droba som jangwa tandrejik ore tandrejik hinkang no jor tani laryang duzu torong de mayin drowa tamche tani droba som jangne dorji phamol chosong samba ko tesine tani dani sake tube duzu mayin ne gun tore omeso khodi dumba nang do o ten dong ko
And so then again, so as it reaches all of the animals, and their three veils are purified, the three obscurations purified, and they become Vajrayogini. And then you take with your skull cup, you scoop out another portion of nectar, and this time it's sprinkled over the human realm. And in particular, this purifies the afflictive emotion of desire, transforming it into discriminating wisdom, and the realm becomes the pure realm of Sukhavati. And again, by the touch of the Amrita, or as it reaches all of the human beings, their three obscurations are purified and they transform into Vajrayogini.
yang sake dubu duzu de lameng ko ne de torong de tani lameng chado daba sadrobi yi jirang yin lerab zobu hinkang no jorwa dang tani yang jik duzu torong de lameng ki droba tamje droba som jang ne jipsoy ma kor jor sambangang ne tani yang tanda ke tsek de man dong dos.
So then now with the skull cup in your hand, you scoop out more Amrita, and this time sprinkle it over the realm of the jealous gods or Asuras, transforming in particular the afflictive emotion of jealousy into all-accomplishing wisdom. And the realm becomes the pure realm of Amoghasiddhi.
Tani yang lai or yang duzu lai la torong bu kapso tani lai hinkam ngajar number daba dorjin jang ke hinkam dang tani lan o hinkam lo jorsong samba dang duzu yang jik torong du tani la tam jik droba som jang ne dorji phame kor jorsong samba ko
And so then likewise, then their three obscurations are purified and they transform into Vajrayogini. And then next you scoop out Amrita, which is then sprinkled over the realm of the Devas or the God realms, purifying in particular the afflictive emotion of pride, transforming it into the wisdom of equanimity. And the realm becomes the pure Buddha field of Ratna Sambhava.
oh tani pei jong yong de tani lama yedan ba wong kan ro kunjo si yu kun zhong da tani chu jong song ma la so ban kun bo yuan din jin zhong da re zhou ge sem jin tam je zhuba da ba ji zhen do ji nam yor mer zhu ba tani ning ji kun zhong da tani yin je ranga ben je be dong la so ba len ja zhong tam che doin jin nam ga la tani sai ye pa nang tam che ka wa cheng de ba tar ka wa sam ne tani doin jin nam ga sin ne tana khodi je ge ji ma den dong je ge jap
And so then likewise the gods, then all their obscurations are purified, they transform into Vajrayogini. And then by reciting the syllable Pe, then you visualize that all of the four types of guests appear in the space in front of you. So there appears the guru. This is confusing how it's read. The guru, Vajradhara, Yidam, Dagas and Dakinis, so the exalted guests of the precious three jewels, all of the Dharmapalas, who are also the guests of the exalted guests, and then the guests of the six classes of sentient beings, so the beings of the six existences in their purified form. So this is the guests who are the object of our compassion. And then those beings who do harm to others through the power of spells, and evil spirits and demons causing obstructors, who are the guests of the karmic creditors. And so you can imagine that then they are all appear in the space in front.
That tuba nang dus lama tel magni oma agaru mo kan so da man aduni banari oma mbeso. Do o teke tani dus ngal jang zang yang zero ne ba puzom so ba senji la. Rong tamche ge jale tani jale wazar karbo dorji tse ji ba namba buguji. Dus be so nyamba nyamne tani rong nam dorji buguji dus yang so ba jor sa ya songo sare.
So then with the recitation of Om Makaro Mukam Sarva Dharma Nam Adi Nubin Natota Om Ahum Pet Soha, so then you are offering, distributing the nectar to all of the guests. So all those guests from the guru to the disturbing spirits, after having tasted the Amrita with their Vajra tongues, so drawing up the Amrita with their tongues in the shape of Vajras that are like straws, they take up the nectar, they enjoy it, and are satisfied. And then one recites again Pate, and the Amrita is offered up to the kind root guru and the gurus of the lineage. Om Ahom.
Tene Jinjin Sabu Lama Dang Juba Lama Namji Duzu Sordu Sorongwe Tene Ko Song Tok Ni Hyang Tsam Tene Senla Wang Dang Ngudrup Tobar Samne Tene Jinjin Sabu Dang Juba Juba Padi Lama Dama Namji Kato Oma Aho Ten Tongo Saris.
And so then as the Amrita is offered to the kind root guru and the gurus of the lineage, then their blessings descend in the form of the 3 syllables. Their blessings of enlightened body, speech, and mind are received, and one receives empowerment. And so here then is what we think when we visualize the Amrita as being offered to the kind root guru and the gurus of the lineage. Om Ahom.
Yedam Lazo Namla taking to Borne Tene Kosong Tok Nine Ngudrup Topsom Sambat Tene Jig Gogondos Tene Yedam Lazo Natan Rung Kuma Som de Jibarendo.
Gongta Yamcha Yedam.
Tene Yedam Lazo Namla Tanda Gong Yin Tene Borondu Tene Kosong Tok Nine Ngudrup Topsom Sambata Goma Gong Tene Jibarendos.
So in the same way, just like above, we think that, as this is offered to all of the exalted guests, the hosts of Yidam deities and so forth, that they are delighted and that they're delighted and pleased, and within their delight, then they bestow all of the attainments.
Taking it and the ranking Yana Yubu Babo Dan Kandro Gonjo Rinpoche number som Tambaiki Juju Soma Yigina de Matuki de Oma Aho Sayate Tan Rung Kuma Som de Chiparento.
And so this is all sort of the same section here. So with Pate, the Samrita is being offered to the items of the 4 tantras with the deities of the countless number of mandalas, Omahung, and Pate, the Samrita is being offered to those dakas, dakinis, the 3 precious jewels, the dharmapalas possessing the eye of wisdom, and the perfect realm of Dharmadhatu. So this is all encompassing the first 2 guests of the objects of refuge, or the 3 jewels and dharmapalas.
Tenin Rung Woma Nam Jang Duzi Lunga Yesum Sam Draba Jang Lenja Bulung Sang Tamchi Duzi Take Silhapti Tenit Namchi Sanji Nyordo Tubar Sambana Teni Lubjing Mukta Terindos.
And so then the objects of compassion, the various classes of sentient beings, together with the guests of the karmic creditors, we can think that, as they receive this nectar, all of their obscurations are purified, all of the negativities that they have accumulated through countless lifetimes in cyclic existence, that they're all cleared away and purified, and that they receive the blessings of the enlightened ones, and that in receiving this, they will swiftly achieve the state of Buddhahood.
Tene Taken Joni, Tanda Manji Tenge, Tanda Dinalon Jehita, Gomando. Teni Gigi Moala, Teni Jimba Jachin, Juranda, and Robot on the Razon Sanji, Moa.
So Shodankare?
Manji the Gomando, Manji Tanda
Gogamendo, Deni da the Moala Shodankare.
Kozala, Soso Nangamare.
And so he's actually skipping the red feast because actually this is not needed for the Kusali Chöd. But here then, so also this included before with the objects of of compassion, the 6 classes of sentient beings, and you also had here the karmic creditors, and so then that concludes the white feast, and then there's the conclusion, which is on page 21.
Oh yeah, then Hodi Nihotsagi Nalola. Namuchuna Damji Jolezo, the Jitu Yubezu Jolen Goba Kayaba Gijuji, but Tepacher, Koranala, you Mihi Pajer Same. Tedantini, Jimba Jajin Chubanto into Robert on the Razon Sanji Javanam, Jinjusona Jimbe Georges, and Hoa Molam Tandisico Hosaris.
So then we recite the dedication. So it says, paid all the things in samsara arise from a cause. So this is the teaching the Dharma. That cause is explained by the Tathagata. He also explains how to stop the cause or bring an end to the cause. Therefore, Buddha is the perfectly accomplished one who said, overcome all unwholesome deeds in all forms, cultivate the perfectly wholesome deeds, subdue and transform your own mind. This teaching is the teaching of all Buddhas. Di lo yen bei jopo sung ne tene kare lok pa yen ba ko ma song te shodang nishu sache.
You say?
Nishu sache la. Tene de chu pena tena de ya de lo yorwa.
You say you get Chunan Tamji Jolezo, Tejitu Yin, te Chuka Jimbarindo.
Re.
Chuji Jimba Tantani, Jimba Jachin Jurbanto in Tunzundua. Or that O Jimba Chuji Jimbarindo, Koranalo, you mihi, Pajer Usame. The Saturday Jones.
Gare kusale na.
Tini Tinjo, Jahirindo.
So this is in the offering of the Dharma, and then following that is the dedication and aspiration prayers.
Tini Jahide Yang me Koranalo Samare. Kanda Tendin Tamjo, Tani, Jona Tamje Rangan is a Higbar, Mulatani, Saja Chimbungan, Yambariko Gondos.
And so here is essentially the aspiration that all beings may achieve the state of Mahamudra and perfect the realization of the absolute truth.
Tani da Payon, Korang Yon, Payon Jela, Soba Mambo Sondoa, or Tendijirindo, Tani take a Kusala Soso, the Dor Dubaji, Hutubaye.
And so then also the benefits, such as in particular the 8 benefits and so forth, are explained. And so this is just a brief summary of, this practice, how to engage in this practice of the Kusali Chöd.
Tani Rinpoche, Garchen Rinpoche, Chug Nyalin the Yonso Zoba de Kusala Soso Dogore, some Tendijing Alcanaso. Tenete Kandre Dogo Yona, some Tendiji, some Corondu. Pacha Jigjena, Tene Naranzo Jimba Donsata, Mambochi Lago Yorova. Yena Yang, Tene Draw Rog Semjin Tamji, Draw Red Joganalo, Manduba Meba. Tende in the Red Jola Jimba Dang, Red Jog Semjin Tamji, Deva Lagone, Tini Tin Nangla, Manduba Meba Inza, Tendenda what you may know Samjo.
So actually, Rinpoche asked Lama Yeshe, to teach the complete practice of Chöd, and in such a way that it's like subsumed into the practice of Kusali. And so he thought about it, and wondered how should I do this? And then he thought that really it comes down to this white feast, because there are many different ways in which we can offer generosity or practice generosity. But really all is contained, all of the recipients of generosity are contained within the 6 classes of sentient beings. And so in that practice of the white feast, where we are offering our body in generosity to the 6 classes of sentient beings, it's really complete. Everything he feels is contained.
Kuzalage soso de songyo kapso tate nimarela machaba Jigten Sumgon ji songdo de songyo kapso teni telen jo tene manji tene mambu majana dsare de dang nyamdo teni kusala korang mangdang dong jarong de yenje menin da zho tene jigse go samare.
And so Lord Jigten Sumgon, according to his instruction, it's really important to practice the Kusali Chöd every day without fail, without skipping. And in doing so, it is not necessary, as it was mentioned, that it's not actually originally a part of the practice to practice the red feast. Everything is contained within the white feast. And also, as accords with the tradition of Kusali, which is like, the very simple ascetic conduct of the yogi, that it's not even necessary to have the implements. Like you can do this practice without using, for instance, the damaru and the bell.
O tenje yendu kusala korang gumba nangyen tene ngaran so chujo ka ye ke rewa yoba nangyen kusala soso dangan so marjik nyamde chik ndons kusala soso te garang rimato ya manji tanzon de yame.
So since there has been a request from a few students to actually do the practice together, so now Lama Yeshe La will guide us through the practice, he'll lead us in the practice of Kusali Chöd, doing just the white feast. He won't do the red feast section.
Tene teken Davidela ju jedang ke ju kanjeji tena yang ju so kanjeji tena yang ta chama ke jele chapen deb ji gore ta de ba ji chama ke shile ta ji deb de garang ja no man do ya yens
Kandela kumta.
deb dang ji yorwa dang de jedang ke ta chuju chama ke jele ja de ya ke dang ji yore de mar ja no do ye de
Oh, that's so. So, there are so many different melodies that are used for the various practices of Chöd. But there's kind of a general Chöd melody that can be used for any of them, which he thinks is also probably the easiest to follow. So he's going to use this most common kind of general melody that he's used in many Chöd practices. So please begin by going to the back of page 1. So we'll do together the cultivation of bodhicitta. So he said today we can just do it in Tibetan. We don't need to recite the English.
So so le je jembe nam jor zo shodi bikiba.
So now on page 4.
Wo me so ba wa shu da wa da so ba wa shu da wa pe ran re je zen do or je no jo ma ji da gon do sa ji zo ba jo ya den de ran le be bu ji ba so ya no la de be yen de den de lo me je go la ne kan de be ji ba som je da so ye je ba ye tu ba yang de ze na je druva zunja je me gojo dani sage Yeshe Lama Conro Zenorge Lenja Lazo de Rejo Daba Tuje Nunje Soje Yardo Me Avo Yin Yang Sedang Enjor Je Benje Bedo Nezi Longren Je Sodang Je Beyar Ome Avo
So please turn to page 21.
Namo Jina Tam Ji Ju Le Son De Ju De Ge Ge Be Zo Je Le Ngo Bu Ku Ye Pa Ge Ju Jin Bu De Ge Zo De Ba Je Ye Me Za Yang Ge Wa Bu Zo Zo Ye Rang Ge Se Ne Yo Za No Ne Ne San Ji De Ba Ye Jen Ba Ja Jen Jur Ban Du Ye Den Do Ye Don Da Ra Zon San Ye Ya Je Jarva Na Je Ma Ro Je Zo Na Je Be Ro Jo Je Ma Zan Je Me Je Ra Pa Ro Se Ma Je Ma Ga Na Ge Ngo Ba Nye Sa Zo Ran Re Ye Ye Ju Yo Wa Du Zon Je Ve Yom Je Da Ye Yo Che Nam Gua Gen Du Ye Me Ya Zo Gen Ya Zo Yen Du So Zo Zan Adan Kiran Jo Le Ge Ma Ren De Var Ge Je Ra Ye Yo Namo So Je Lan De Jur Be Lan Du Be Lam Dan Gom Be La Bar Je Me Bu Lam Go De Ma Yu Je Go Ba Tor Bar Yo Ben Za Me Sunam De Ye Tam Je Zigba Ni Tom Ne Ni Be Jana Banze Jiga Nan Je Balong Juba Siben zolen drova kyo.
Long life on page 20 in the yellow prayer book. For this realm encircled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness without exception. Tenzin Gyatso, Lord Chenrezig, may your life remain steadfast until the end of samsara. Embodiment of the three jewels, great being who upholds and increases the teachings of the Shakya lion, you perfectly guide others with your excellent deeds. May you, the precious Guru who accomplishes everything spontaneously, live long. Holder of the teachings of Lord Drigunpa, great sovereign of the three jewels, through the power of your peerless compassion and the holy Dharma's peaceful light, you bring relief to beings. May your life be long. Known in the noble land as Ayadeva, you emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chodingpa, the heart son of Jigten Gonpo. May the life of glorious Garchen remain steadfast for 100 eons. 26. May the teaching of the great Drikungpa Ratna Shri, Master of Interdependence, Omniscient Lord of Dharma, who has seen all knowable things, be upheld through teachings and practice, through hearing, reflecting, and meditating until the end of existence. Your 1,000 arms are the 1,000 wheel-turning kings. Your 1,000 eyes are the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate eon. Your love is boundless like space. I supplicate the Bodhisattva Chenrezig. Thank you, and join us again tomorrow for the last day of winter teachings at 9 a.m. Arizona time.
Tare tu